Welcome to our first online episode of To Die For Games. I'm Mandy, aka the Board Gaming Pinup Girl.
And I'm Matt, aka Star-Lord. A huge thank you to Matt Bellier, CEO of MTKS, for our awesome logo and incredible intro that we're going to try really hard to live up to. And also to our wonderful videographer and photographer, Paul DeVoe. Today, we'll be giving gameplay overview of the game Heldentaufe, brought to us by Simon Juncker and his team. If you would like to see more about Heldentaufe or view the Kickstarter campaign starting February 13th, please follow the links seen on our screen or via the links in the comment section beneath the video.
Additionally, if you want to learn more about us and our take on different board games, you can follow us on social media via the links in the comment section below.
Now, let's talk about Heldentaufe. I really like this game.
I too enjoyed this game immensely. It's quite good. Hooray! Yay! We have a two-player setup ready to go, so let's take a closer look. There are several pieces to this game, including various game tokens, hero figures, and their cards, monster figures and cards, upper world areas, netherworldly things, and the travel guide.
Quick things to point out about the setup. The campfire is placed at the center of the area of play. Now, we need to accommodate a lot of stuff, so it's a little to the side. In a two-player game, you're going to take 9 forests, 3 natural resources, and return them to the box. The remaining upper world areas are going to be stacked on a pile close to the board. Right there. The netherworld map is placed close to the campfire, this right here, and the treasure chest is put on the field with the gold nuggets. Which is fun to say.
Yes, it is.
Nuggets.
The 5 hazards are shuffled and placed on the fields, skull side up. The 3 monsters are placed into their lairs, and the monster cards are stacked with the precious monster teeth. Each monster receives 1 less in their stack from the previous. The monster boss is placed close by.
Now, a heart is placed on every visible gray heart icon. All remaining components are placed next to the play area and are now in the common supply. The red and blue mission cards are shuffled, and each player is dealt 2 reds and 1 blue, which are kept hidden. The 2 decks are shuffled together. Each player is going to receive an overview card and chooses his hero with the corresponding cards. So I got the hero card manages health, equipment, natural goods, and potions.
The goal of the game. Gather monster teeth worth amount of victory points. In our game, it's 2 players, so we only need 18 victory points. Actions taken using action points, and in no particular order. Number 1, reject a mission. Number 2, move. And number 3, attack. Let's take a look a bit more closely at each action.
Action 1, reject mission. You have to spend an action point to discard one of the current cards in your hand and draw a new one. Number 2, move hero to an adjacent area. The heroes start in the upper world. You choose the direction of movement for your hero, and then spend an action point to draw a new area tile and place it in your hero's direction. So, the travel guide lists all of the areas that you might encounter. The upper world is completely discovered when we run out of all area tiles. But heroes can still move to the areas that have already been placed. This still costs an action point per tile until you reach your destination.
Areas that you may encounter are the following. The campfire, starting and ending place for players. You also have meadows, which yield no items or benefits. Natural source can provide apples, fish, and mushrooms. Forest, we lose all action points and roll the die to collect a reward. Yay. Laboratory, improve equipment by 1. Smith, discard 2 of the same type of equipment to receive a more improved version. And finally, we have the trade merchant, trade different equipment of the same value.
Note, You do not have to move to reap the benefits of an action tile you're already on. Forests are the only exception, as they only yield their items once.
Good thing to remember. So you may wonder why. Why am I moving and what am I looking for? This brings me to mission cards. Your hero can embark on missions and complete specific tasks which can yield various types of rewards. Red missions give you monster teeth, and blue missions give you equipment. Once a mission is completed, place it face up beside the mission card deck and take your reward from the common supply. Always draw back up to 3 missions. Shuffle the discarded missions if the deck has been depleted.
A hero can also enter the netherworld through portals. These are discovered when exploring the upper world. Upper world portals count as adjacent to all the respective portals in the netherworld. You can perform a move action if you spend 1 action point to have your hero descend into the netherworld in the corresponding number, so 2 goes to 2. Makes sense.
Agreed.
If you decide to enter the netherworld, the monster boss is placed between you guys, and this indicates where the monsters get to take their turn. As with the upper world, the heroes move their heroes onto the tiles using action points, but something important to note, in the netherworld, only 1 hero can occupy a tile. Thus, you can actually block heroes' passage into the netherworld.
The following areas in the netherworld have some fun results. The treasure chest. Remove the treasure chest token from the netherworld, excuse me, and roll the treasure die 3 times to get 3 rewards. Hazard. Flip the token and remove from the netherworld. If it shows a trap symbol, you lose 1 life token. If there is no picture, continue your turn as usual.
3. Attack. If your hero is an adjacent area to another hero or monster, you can attack using action points. Something important to note is that your hero card provides you with a nice overview of all your abilities, equipment, and your current status. So it's just an easy way to sort of keep track of what's going on. Now, each player involved in the attack rolls a single attack die, and then they add your sword skill to the sum. If your sum is greater than your opponent's, they lose a heart. Hooray! If their sum's greater than yours, you lose a heart. Oh. And if it's a tie, the attacker wins. Hooray for aggression.
Monsters. Important. Monster cards provide you with an overview of their health and abilities. Heroes in the upper world control the monsters. If all heroes are in the netherworld, they roll the dice to see who controls the monster. All monsters share 4 action points, which can be used for 1 monster or distributed amongst the monsters. They move around like heroes, but cannot attack each other or leave the netherworld. Nuts.
You're stuck.
You defeat a monster when it loses its last life token. The monster is removed from the game, and as a reward, you collect the topmost monster tooth from the corresponding monster stack. Remember, the amount of grooves on each tooth indicates its value. 3 grooves, 3 BPs. Important now, end of game scoring. The game is over as soon as the player returns monster teeth worth a total of X amount of victory points. In our case, because we're playing with 2 people, it's 18.
I really enjoyed this game. The art is just absolutely splendid.
Overall, I too enjoyed this game. Quite a bit, actually. Easy to pick up and, well, I liked it. Hooray! Thanks for joining us for this episode of Heldentaufe Gameplay Overview on To Die For games. Stay tuned for our next episode. Bye!
See ya!